Hi everybody, good evening, welcome to Try It Out Tuesday. Right, so I'll wait for a few people to join. As always, please give me a like or a thumbs up or a heart or anything so I know you're here when you are here. I'm just having a tidy up of my desk and I'm just trying to get the tablet to follow you. Oh, hi guys. Oh, loads of you popping on. Brilliant. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing tonight. I sort of got carried away with prep and a few other things today. And forgot what day it was as well. Happens a lot, actually. I'm forgetting what day it was. I've been better recently, but Dave's taken a week off work and it's completely sent me sideways. Again, in terms of not remembering what day it is. So what I'm thinking is, we might just have a little play. Excuse me. In one of the journals. So I thought I'll get my little Dilutions journal out. Let me move that bit of paper. Otherwise I will get it dirty. So, well, Sarah, you've tidied your desk. I wouldn't go as far as saying mine's tidy. Well, it's actually a complete tip. Do you want to see it? Look. Tip, 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 tip. Okay. This bit's relatively tidy. That's all I've got right now. But yeah, I came in to tidy up earlier and instead I made another card for Friday's show on Hochanda. Which is good in a way, because it means I'm finding the products really inspiring and I want to use them, which is great. Which is absolutely fab. Always easier when you want to use the products you have. Right, so I'm thinking we just have a bit of a play in our journal. Okay, so I'm going to have a little look and see what's around me with an easy grabbing distance. And that is what we're going to play with, basically. It's going to be pretty much, that's it. Right, here we go. So the top folder in here is this one. Ooh, what shall I play with out of here? I'm thinking, oh, shall I just play with this one, I think, in my journal. And I've got some borders as well, so I'll play with a few of the bits. Have you guys been keeping up with the sneak peeks of the shows that are coming on Friday? Well, show. It's 1 hour, 10 o'clock. So, and I'd love it if you could join me. That would be ace. I've also been coming up with some ideas for papers, because we know not everybody necessarily wants to do mucky backgrounds and stuff, so I've been doing some, because we thought they might be good, that sort of thing might be good as papers, so I've been playing with that too, because that's something I want to start doing as well. Sorry, I'm just deciding where to start. Not really sure. Should we go on here? I'm just thinking, as we've done that one, should we go here and then that sort of moving on slightly? I have got a few different inks and stuff around my desk ready. A lot of them are blues. The new stamps are really talking to me in blue. So I've done a lot of blues, I have to say. Any sneak peeks of the newbies? Maybe in a bit. About time with the papers. Yes, I have to say, the papers is something obviously we've done a little bit of before, because we did the steampunk stories. Before that we did the polka dots, but it's just something we've really dipped our toe in. We've never really fully embraced. But Louise Sims, for want of a better description, has been getting on at me for quite a little bit of time now to get papers sorted. So yeah, there's no other words for it. She's been getting on at me. She just has. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly mist these pages. Okay, I don't know if we'll be doing a double layout, but I'm gonna mess with them both anyway. And then I'm going to take some of my Calypso Teal and just sort of go around and fill in some of the gaps. Okay, and then I'm going to put it over here and just rub. Okay. So, if you like this layout, I did put a link to the YouTube channel, which has got me making this layout in real time. Okay, ooh, that's quite cool. I might just get a slightly damp brush. Now these brushes are slightly damp and have got blue acrylic paint on. That's fine. Just give that a bit of a move down, make it a little bit. Oh yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. I like that. Excellent. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give that a quick blast with the heat tool. Okay. I think that looks really pretty. I really, really like that. And then we'll start bringing in some Inkables, I think. We're just seeing if that would seep through. But I think that the mathematical formula washi tape sort of held that really strong, actually. So I'm just going to dry this off. Bloomin' marvellous. Okay. Me too, Louise. Yeah, Mum, the blended backgrounds were supposed to be ready for this show, but because I have got... Basically, I've just got lots going on and I just lost track of time and I didn't get them ready, and I can come up with all sorts of excuses if you want, but the whole point is they're here ready and I didn't get them off to the printer ready, and I'm just... Yeah. Right. So with that said, I've actually been using my regular distress for a lot of my samples for the 10 AM show on Friday. So is that, I know you guys probably think, oh, she always uses oxides, but this is me actually getting my oxides out for the first time in about a week. Because I've been trying to use my, excuse me, my regular distress a bit more, and I have to say it's been so much fun, but it does feel like I almost forgot how to layer them up, because obviously you have to go pale to dark, and a couple of times I missed a bit when I wanted to use a paler colour, and I was like, bum cheeks, I meant to, you know. So for example here, oh, that's wet. Oh no, it's gloss spray. Here I'm going to go in with my picked raspberry down the middle. It's going to end up a double layer, isn't it? With my Abstract Circles Big One. And obviously with my regular distress I can't do that. So I just forget sometimes, because I think it's because my mini distress, you're going to laugh at me here, my mini distress are kept so neatly in their tins to the side, you know, they're put away, whereas my oxides are sort of like scattered. Whereas, you know, in fairness, I think you guys all know I'm not necessarily over organised at any point, but my mini distress I do keep fairly organised, and I've got my loos in that. So what I've done, and they do tend to sit in the bottom of my tote, so I don't forget to take them to Hochanda, because I do that, and when you get to Hochanda and realise you've got no distress inks, that's the start of a really bad day. Yeah, so I don't do that anymore. But I was like, no, I'll lift them out, get myself sorted. So I'm just going to spritz that, put the reverse on, just to add it on a little. Okay. And this is just what I love to do. Don't forget the quiet heat tool for Hochi in case you leave it on your desk. It happens. It happens. But the difference is there is usually heat tools at Hochi. There isn't a full set of distress ink. And in fairness, when we're on our way and Sam is... and I get in the car and I'm worried I've forgotten something. Oh, my tablet's just fallen down. And I say to Sam, you know, I think I've forgotten something. All she says is, have you got distress? Yes. Have you got stamps? Yes. Have you got something to stamp on? Yes. She's like, you'll be fine. As long as I have those things, I can make some Inkables. I'm absolutely fine. Okay. So that's me just adding to that background in the journal. So this is the... Sorry, I'm just going to move my tablet over here, because it fell down. Fell down. So yeah, so this is just the abstract circles, big one, and I've layered them up in different ways, and I think this is a really cool thing. You can really layer up your backgrounds and have fun even in your smaller journals. Now I will say they have just come in, and I'll make sure they're added to the website tomorrow, this size journal in black, and they have just come in. The new Dina Wakley blue journals, they did come in and go straight back out again, I'm sorry, but we do have some of the original black Dina Wakley mixed media journals if everybody is looking for a journal. I'll get Sam to put a link on to all the journals as well, but like I say, I'll be adding the black one of these on tomorrow. Do you have the tins that hold the Oxide Distress large ink pads? Yes, we do. I will also make sure they are added to the website tomorrow, Louise. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to my texture border stamps, which I absolutely adore. I'll get Sam to put a link for those on as well. Now, if you are looking at a way to build up your textures and your borders and maybe add to that section of your stamp collection, these are the way to go. They really, really are, because it's just a great mix, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, when I know where it is, 8, 9. You've got all 9 of these in there, and I think this set's $14.99, so it's not even like £2 a stamp. And there, well, I think it's $1.50. No, it's not quite $1.50. Anyway, but there's just a really great mix of textures, because you've got like the pennant almost. You've got this one that's like Rick Rack. This one, which is sort of like an offy dots one, a little scraggly dots one. This one is ace. I don't even know how to describe it in a way. You can see they're well used, and if you've watched any of my lives or videos or anything like that, you know I use these a lot, to the point where I use them until they don't stick anymore, because they're that good. So I just use them until they don't stick. So I'm just going to go on here, I'm going to stamp this a couple of times, and you can see it is just a texture. Shall I lift you down? So it's just an ace little circles. Some of the circles are solid, some of them aren't, some of them are just off a bit. Absolutely brilliant. So good. Right, so I'm going to do, I think I might do another couple of them. Oh yes. I'm not going to do another couple of them. I'm going to do it all the way up the page, because I'm loving how that is looking. Go a bit further in. So right, let me just check the Jane Royston, one of my favourite sets. It is one of her favourite sets. We actually specifically did not add this to Jane's last show, because it's been on both of her other shows. She really, really wanted to, I tell thee. Okay. I don't know whether to do it this side as well, to be honest, or whether that'll be too much. Might be too much, mightn't it? Yeah, it's just like a dotty dots dots. But what I like about it is it's got, if you want to do, so it's got all these sort of ones, and they can look really, really grungy. But if you are doing something, so for example, I do what I call bright grunge. Sam has a more clean and simple look to her makes, and Mum, Queen Bee, Jolie, she makes things that are pretty, things that are actually pretty, and she'll use maybe stamped images that you can really make beautiful. And the thing is, all three of us love this stamp set, because it will work with all of them, because you know you can make your Rick Rack, you can make this, it can be quite clean, it doesn't have to be mucky, and I think that works. I'm being very talky tonight, aren't I? I'm so sorry. I don't know whether that's good or bad. Did I freeze? I'm so sorry. But do you know what I mean? They can be quite clean as well. They don't have to be that sort of mucky look. Right, so what I'll do with this one is go on. I'm going to go right up the page with that one, because I think we need something to balance the dots that are on the other side. Can you even see that actually? There you go. I'll just put that up on my paint thing. Yeah, I am sort of at the stage where I actually need to be thinking about packing my bag up. Or at least, you know, thinking about it for Friday. But like I say, the problem is I came in here to have a sort out for tonight's live, and I made a card instead. Which, like I say, it's a good thing. It's wanting to use the stamps so much is a really, really good thing, because, you know, the mojo suffering thing, which I've talked to you a lot about in the past, and it is something we all suffer from. But when you're on a deadline for making new stamps, I always say the problem I have is when they don't talk to me. If I come in, I sit down, and they don't talk to me, and it's like, you know. But the ones for Friday are really, really talking to me, so that's always nice. And it doesn't happen all the time. You know, you design the stamps. Guys, shall I be really bad and use the new stamps? That pink oxide is the picked raspberry. I don't know if I'm allowed to use the new stamps or whether Sam, because these are Sam's designs. Sam, talk to me. Shall I just use the new ones? Or shall I? Or are we saving them for later in the week? Oh, while I'm waiting for Sam to get back to me, we will have a brand new weekly live on Thursdays with Jane at 8 PM as well. So now you can message us if there's anything you want to see, but if you would rather not, or you know, you would rather message Jane, and Jane will then get involved and she will help you. And I think she's got some beautiful art journaling to show you this week as well. So thinking about it, I should have probably have done journaling, but there we are. Right, okay, so we're going to use the new stamps. Here we go, yo. So the first thing I'm going to do is what I don't have is, because I took these out the shop before the backing cards were ready. So let me show you, get my piece of white card that I put to the side earlier. So they are a bit dirty because I've been using them. So this is the first one that Sam did. This is the Over the Moon. And in here you've got 2 moons, a set of stars, 2 borders, a little constellation, a little planet. I'm over the moon for you. And this is a handwritten text by Sam. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I think first of all we'll put on one of our moons. So the moon's got a little star. Okay, and I'm going to get my VersaFine Claire. I think Sam will put a link to the VersaFine Claire's. Now I will say this, I actually only have the black. I'm not even going to lie to you, I only have the black at the minute, but that is going to change because I have found it so useful for this set in particular. I don't think I've even done that straight, have I? There we go. Okay, so you can see that's the, I mean, how beautiful is that? That's so cool. Okay, so I'm going to take that off. And then I'm going to, right, so I really don't know where this is going because I hadn't planned to use these. So if it turns out terrible, it's obviously not Sam's stamps because they're beautiful. It's me. So what did I just do with my VersaFine? There it is. Okay, so then I'm going to ink up this little one. I'm going to put this, ooh, I think I might put this one up here. Probably should have put it on the other page had I thought about it, but it's okay. I mean, just look, they're so cool. They're so cool. All right, now I'm going to go, what shall I use next on this set? Now these, I have to say, what's wicked about this set? Shall I just show you them all? Shall I just show you them all? Okay, so there's 4. Okay, so there's you know us, we like to do if we're doing sets of these size, we do like to do 4 so that we can do you a good bundle deal on Hochanda. You know, our save a fiver sort of jobs. So we've got the La Luna, the over there. I'll show you the ones with pictures on first. And we've got the star texture. Okay, so these two are Sam's, this one's me, and we've got sentiments as well. Okay, so I think that might be upside down. Not that it matters. Now, what I love about these 3 sets, okay, is they are just lots of fab bits. You know, you can use these with so many of your stamps that you've already got. You can use them together to make fantastic collages and journals, you know. And from the samples that Sam and I have been playing with, you know, even, you know, before we get to Sally and Anne and whatever, the samples, there's a massive range. There's clean and simple, there's really grungy, there's ones where I've used what's it called, the fibery stuff, I've used that, and whatever, you know. There's lots that you can do with them because there's so many. Okay, so they are really useful, and I think they'll be a really good addition to anyone's stash. Okay, so so you can see there's lots of bits for building up. That made me roar with laughter. Sorry, what did I do? They'd be great for bullet journaling, absolutely. So I think this is the thing, they're a good size. They'd be great for you for bullet journaling, planners, you know, your big journals, scrapbook pages. Now, in all honesty, I haven't done any scrapbook pages because I can't find any pictures that are. So I know I've got some, and this is a problem nowadays, isn't it? I've got some on file, but I haven't got them printed, so I'm going to try and get those printed over the next couple of days so I can do some art journaling. Because in fairness, I've got some fantastic pictures of the kids outside, and I've got a really, really great picture of my sister-in-law at her wedding last year, where she's looking up watching the fireworks, and I think these will work absolutely beautiful with that as well. So there's so much you can do with them. And then we have the sentiments as well, so I'll just grab them. Now these are quite dirty because I've been playing with them, so what I might do is actually take them off so that you can read the acetate. Okay, so we've got love you to the moon and back, stars can't shine without darkness, never stop looking up, and without the dark we'd never see the stars. And then we've got 2 different graphics of moon rotation. Okay, which again would work really, really well in your bullet journals and planners. I'll try and get Mum to do some bullet journal and planner pages because she is Queen Bee journaling, as far as that goes. Okay, so you can see I have been using them quite a lot. So anyway, we'll get back to this and see if I can actually turn it into something. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my star textures, or no, I might get this one. Okay, so this is the La Luna. Now up here we've got 2 of these circle stamps, but they're separate. You don't have to cut them apart. There are actually 2 of the circles. Now the bigger one, the La Luna, is inside, but if you wanted to cut that around that with a craft knife, that would be easy enough. I just wanted the outer circle that size, so we could do a La Luna there maybe, and then move them over, maybe. Like I say, guys, you're going to have to bear with me because I am very, very much, I know I said there wasn't a plan, but even when a plan was loosely created, obviously it did not involve this. So, you know, bear with. So I'm going to go, ooh, I don't know where to do it. La Luna. Beautiful. Okay, so I'll take that off. I'll put this over here. And now these, I had a really good play with these today. I was going to show you something else then, but then that'll show you the templates. And we might as well save them so you've got some sort of surprise. So because for this show we have new stamps, as you can see here. We have, so these 2 circles. What have I just done with the La Luna set that I had in my hand like 2 seconds ago? Oh, it's there. yeah, so these two circles are different sizes and inversions of the circle here. Okay, so it does mean it can all coordinate and all work together. I think we'll do that one coming off the page. Oh yeah, I like that. Do a few more of them coming off the page, I think. And I will say this though, I did promise Sam I wouldn't make anything else with her stamps that's blue. In my defence, I wasn't planning to do this, so yeah. Okay, so we've got that fantastic circle there. And then I'm going to go and take this one. Would be too hard to cut and separate them for me. Now you'll be fine. I mask, Steve-o. You just noticed the little star on the end of the La Luna words. Yeah, just there. It's well cute. That would be a perfect thing. If you're like me, I'm not a massive glitter person. But if you wanted to add just a touch of shiny to your project, I think things like that little star there, or when you're using the little moon up here, I think that would... These circles are so cool, you could proper go overboard. But I think the nice thing is, because they're so fine, and the detail in them is so fine, I'm going to lift you down so you can have a look. I think even if you did overdo it, you wouldn't have overdone it, if you see what I mean. The detail in them's fab, the lines are so fine, so beautiful, but stamped so well. You still straight? Yeah, the journal's not. Right. So, we'll just do a couple. I don't know if I'm going to get this finished. What's the time? How am I doing? Alright, so another really cool stamp on the La Luna is this one here. It's got a star, like a little planet and a moon on it. This one's really cool. Now, in this one, will also relate to another new product that we've got coming on Friday, a new MDF. Okay, can always add some white pen over the blue. Oh, I will. Have no fear. Okay. No, it's not all blue. Right. Okay. I get the feeling I've missed some chatter. So if there was anything very important I needed to know, please let me know. So I'm just going to put these in here. Should put them close to the end of my acrylic block because they're really pretty. And what I might do actually is carry them over the seam, do a little sequence of them to create like a banner, because I think that'd be awesome. As long as I can get 5 in, because if I can get 4 in, I'm going to be very upset because that does not work. There we go. So we've got 5 of those in there, and that's a bit regular. That's a bit regular. So we'll need to extend that out or make it a bit disjointed in a way, because I'm not sure about that. Something that's a bit over regular. What I can do, these fantastic borders I was showing you earlier. So this is, and again, this is in 2 sizes on your set. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this on the end, turn my journal sideways again. Okay, and I'm going to put this off the end of one of those, and then I'll put it a little bit there, and then I'm going to squeeze it up there, and then that's just created a little bit, and then I'll take the bottom of it off actually and put it on that one, just so it creates a bit more, you know, something to look at. Right, so let's go. This is so much fun. In a way, this is almost better than what I've been doing, because everything I've been doing I've had to plan, because it's a finished sample and I want obviously you guys to see the stamps at what I think is their best and whatever. Did it go back together okay? Yeah. The tunnel stamp. Lines and circles could be baubles on a Christmas card. Yes, they could be. And I think that's the thing. If you look at this stamp set, I was looking at it, well, I've looked at nothing else now for a few days. But you look at it, and I saw somebody doing Christmassy stuff. And I was like, it could work. It could do Christmas. It could do, you know, birthday, you know, moon, cycle of the moon, all that sort of stuff. Like, somebody say the words for me. Astrology. You know, any sort of celestial sort of occasion as well. Let's face it, stars are just awesome, so you can just add them in as and where you please, and they'll look great. And I turned into Tony the Tiger. Sorry about that. Right. So we're gonna. The circle border ones will make great mandala style stars. Yes, they would. And you can make like because you've got the two sizes. Okay, with that you could actually make like a really cool snowflake. If you took one of either these, you could make like a with the stars, and then you could make a snowflake almost coming out. You guys are great. You honestly just fire up my imagination even more. It's so cool. Alright, so from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the sentiments, and not for, oh sorry I knocked you, not for the sentiments, I'm actually going to go for this one here. Okay, so you've got two like moon rotation stamps, one of them with the supporting line, one of them without. It's just a bit more. Both are good, both are fab. We like them both. I use them both. And I just thought they'd be a nice addition. Clock hands. Clock hands. Blooming marvellous, guys. Love it. Right. So I'm going to take this here. I'm just going to put it down the bottom. I'm not going to put it anywhere else. I was going to. Now I'm not. Okay, and then I'm going to start going in with some more of these stars here. Now these stars, there's different ones, okay? So I'm going to stamp each one so you can see. So we've got this one, which has sort of got the distressed diamond sort of look in it, which is pretty cool. Very, very nice. We've got this one. Now this one is in two sizes. This is the same as the bigger one as well. So it's sort of like a distressed text on the solid star that you can't really make out that well because of the size. But it's also got a little bit of texty nonsense around the outside as well, just to make it more distressed, really. And then, yeah, so all of the stars on here are in two sizes. And then this one is sort of like a fade out. So it's made up of little dots, but it sort of fades out. So it's denser on the dots on this side, softer on the dots on the other side. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. Bev can't stop seeing a bit. Is that this bit? It is a bit, isn't it? Right. So I'm going to need to do something with that, aren't I? Okay. I will. I promise. Okay. So that's the stars. Like I say, there's different stars. Oh, there is this one as well. I'm going to put that just in there, which is sort of like the faded out star, but it's in a faded out circle, which leads me seamlessly on to the faded out circles. Okay. Again, really good addition to any sort of texture collection that you're trying to make or build up or anything like that. Okay. Right, I know what you're saying about the builder's crack thing. I will do something about it right now. Right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. Right, so I will... In fairness, I had actually, when I was looking at what you can see, I did sort of see it. And I was like, I wonder if anyone else can see what I can see. I really hope not. But it turns out you can. So, let me see if this is going to be strong enough to do something about it. Do. Right. You see a mammogram? Don't put that on the centre. Do you know, I nearly did. I nearly thought, well, if I put a border there, but that's just going to make it worse, isn't it? Right, let me turn around so I can get these smaller ones on this side. Maybe if we can build up a bit, I don't know. I can still see it. Centre bottom, I know. See, and now you're focusing on the builder's bum instead of the new stamps. And that's just awful. Right. Have I frozen? I'm going to keep going because I froze earlier and I got back. Okay. I'm just going to keep going. I don't know, because mine's frozen. Have I frozen on yours? I'm just going to keep going. I don't know what else I can do. Right. So. Okay. We are going to take some washi. We're going to add this in different ways. Oh, have I? Because mine's totally frozen. So I just thought if I put some white acrylic, that might just... It's one of those, I saw it, and then I was like, oh no. I wonder if anyone else will see it. And you did! You can still hear me talking to myself. Yeah, that's not really new, unfortunately. I do it all to myself. But I will say, I reckon crafters, we do talk to ourselves quite a lot. That was really wonky. But is anyone else like me and actually answers themselves? Do you actually answer yourself as well? Because I do. You know something? I'm okay with it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit more... Where did I put my gesso? Right, so back to the topic at hand. The new stamps. Okay, so we've got those stars, we've got the circles, we've got I'm just going to bring in a little bit of gesso up here just to create a better balance. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry off a sec. So we've got lots of the textures and what have you. I've been completely thrown off piste. And I'm very worried about saying that word around you guys tonight. Cracks and danglers and all sorts of things going on. Anyway, I'm going to give that a quick blast with a heat tool while we all get ourselves together. Okay, I'm also going to use my Dylusions White and put some little dots on here. I'm also going to use the Dylusion spray I was using to add some blue dots because I want something over the top of that washi now. So we are going to be doing some stamping over that too. Let me just give that a quick blast with the heat tool because this is going to need a sentiment and some other things going on it, and then it's going to need quite a bit of white to highlight it, I think. So is everybody all right? Right, hang on, I'm just going to go out while I'm drawing this. I'm just going to go out on my tablet and just see if I can come back in so I can see what you're saying a bit better. Oh no. Bee Crafty is now live now. Oh, there we go. I can see I'm actually doing things. I'm not sure if this is going to work, this washi tape thing, but we're going to... I'm sort of committed now. Need committed now. Right. So, I'm going to grab my stars again because we're going to add in some more stars. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my mini archivals. I've got some distressed mini archivals and others. I've talked about these before. Basically, the mini archivals are awesome for many reasons, not least because archival I've always had sort of a mixed relationship with. You know, I know it's the right thing for lots of my techniques, but I don't always get great results in it. But I have to say, I don't know if the minis are a little bit wetter or what it is, but with the minis I've always seemed to get the results I want, which is why I've built up a bit more of a collection in the minis. It could just be, you know, I find them less intimidating, so I find they stamp better. It could be, you know, it could be absolute twaddle. You know, no reason whatsoever they work better. But the whole point is, if I'm finding I'm getting better use out of something, then it's better anyway, isn't it? So I'm just going to add a few more of these blue stars around about. Actually, that was a bit close to that one. That's a bit rubbish. There's an idea. And that one. I did the same thing twice. Why did I do that? Tell you what. And then I'm going to go in. These are some of these big sort of... Now you'll see, these are sort of hand... I don't know if you will actually. These are sort of little hand doodled stars. Now, in fairness, in the bigger one you get some come out. In the little one, not so much. They tend just to be little dots. But, it's still really handy as a stamp because, again, it's just great texture. And texture's ace. That's what we're always after. More texture. The distress ones are out of stock. What? The mini archival tin? I'm sure it was. I'm sure I've got a couple anyway. I know it's coming in on the next order. I'm sure we had a couple. Right, so it looks like me and Sam need to do some more website checking tomorrow. I was sure we got it about right. Now, if you look at your dots here with the stars, it goes inside your outer circle here, okay? So if you stamp, I mean, you can't stamp them together, but if you look, if you want to, for example, stamp that and put that around it or vice versa, it will fit inside. Now, I can tell you a big honking lie right now and tell you that was planned. Was not. But that doesn't mean it's not good. For example, as well, exactly the same with the little ones going inside some of the texture stamps. Again, could lie, tell you it was designed like that, so it all worked together absolutely perfectly. But that would be a lie, and I don't lie. The truth is far too much fun. Okay, so I'm going to lift that off now. I'm really, really happy with how this is going. Really, really happy considering it's got no plan about it whatsoever. Now, for me, what this needs now is a sentiment. But I think what I want to do is stamp it on white and then cut it out. And then add it on. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, I think so. We'll try it. If I don't like it, I'll do something else. Okay, so I'm going to go with Stars Can't Shine Without Darkness. Okay, and I'm going to do this in my black archival. This is actually one of the distress archivals. This is the black soot, but you know, if you've got an archival with the jet black, that's absolutely fine. It's just, this is the one I've got. Stars can't shine without darkness. Okay, so then I'm going to take a pair of scissors. I actually wanted a bigger pair of scissors. That pair of scissors, in actual fact. I'm going to go. Just going to snip the end off that one. This I do need my little scissors for. And stamp it. And turn that end into a flag. This is what I've done on one of my samples, you see, and I really, really like it. I've done some of them with flags on two ends, some of them with flags on both ends or one end or whatever, so it's just mixing it up. This one I'm going, and then because obviously as well, see this one I want to go both ends because you've got that little bit of drawing on the end. I just think a flag meeting that point is pretty cool. Right, loves the flaggy bit. Right, you liking the gesso streaks? Excellent. To a certain extent, dudes, don't ever see gesso streaks on the top of my paintwork and go, oh, that's a good idea. Wonder why she decided to do that. Most likely because something similar happened. Right, so I'm thinking something like that would be quite good. Sorry. Okay, So we're going to go... Oh, my glue didn't need squeezing quite so much. And then we can go in with our pen and start adding in some more lovely highlights. I don't know how bothered you are, guys, about making sure all your bits are always perfectly stuck down. It doesn't actually bother me too much. I actually sometimes like a little bit of a flick up or whatever. But, you know, if you want to be more careful than me with your glue, obviously you can do that. Right, so I'm just going to put these out the way, because as I showed you earlier, I'm working in limited space as is. Which is fabulous. Okay, right, so I need my white pen, which I actually put away earlier. Which is the current white pen I'm using. Oh, there it is. Okay, put away might have been a touch of a strong word. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... So this is my Ranger Ink Centrals white pen. Now, I always tell you guys, when you're doing Dylusions backgrounds, always wait for them to cure overnight before you start adding in your white pen, because a lot of people say they have trouble with this white pen, and usually it's because you're working on a background that hasn't been dried long enough. You can see what I'm doing here, it just sometimes needs a bit more of a scribbly action if it's not quite dry to the core, and that's fine, I don't mind doing that. Okay, so I'm going to add in some white circles here. And it's just little accent pieces, really. A lot of the time I add white pen to a stamp that I'm worried the eye won't necessarily draw to, especially on a page like this where there's so much going on. And I'm worried you won't necessarily notice everything. What I like to do is put your white pen in those spots, just to highlight. So in fairness, I probably will, because I've put these borders in quite a dark area where the green Calypso teal and the picked raspberry meet. I'm just going to go down the edge of all these borders with the white pen. So you can see this bit's obviously a bit drier. Go down the thread. So how am I doing for time? What's the time? I think the thing as well is the Ranger Ink Centrals white pen. It's quite a fine nib, so sometimes if you're expecting like a flood of white or quite a dense thing, you're not going to get it. It's quite fine. It is just like a biro with your white, so you get a really sort of fine look to it. But that's okay. It's because we want it to highlight. It's not there. You know me, I love adding my white pen. I'll add it to everything I can. But it's there to highlight. It's not there to overtake your stamping or your template or whatever else it is you may have done. Right, so I'm going to have to work upside down for this. Okay, 5 to 9. Right, wicked. So I'm going to... And where Sam's beautiful La Luna has been lost up here, so I want to just give it a little bit. And this is not easy upside down, you know. You can't, your eye doesn't follow it naturally. So if this is rubbish, I'm really sorry. But on the flip side, you know, I think you can get very caught up with light sources, etc, etc. But when you are art journaling is supposed to be a lot freer. So don't give yourself too much stick over it. Absolutely no point in that whatsoever. Oh yeah, that definitely lifts that a little, I think. Okay. I'm going to do the same just on the outside of that star. On the outside of that circle, maybe. I want to leave that star alone, that star in that little circle, because he's quite cute. Put some little dots inside there, and it just sort of lifts it out so you can see it again, which is ace, which is absolutely cool. These are drying really, really nice. Right, so there's just a couple more bits I want to add on right now, and that is, I'm going to get my black fine liner. Okay, I want a little bit of a thicker one than that. That is a number 1, I think. Yeah, we'll go for number 2. So 3 lines. Again, should probably wait for the glue to dry. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just attach that up. 1, 2, 3. And these are loose, just scribbly lines. And then if you want to, you can always go back in and add some little dots across some of your scribbly lines. Okay, and then, now you can do this in 2 ways, because obviously we've used our texture borders, you've got your borders in your new stamps, there are loads you can use, okay? But what is also wicked to do, okay, is use your fine liner, because I've got quite a lot on the edge that I don't want to lose, and we're just going to do a little scribbly edge, which sort of then ties in with your, don't worry about it too much. Right, the most important thing when you're art journaling is it's supposed to be a freeing process. It's not to be something that you find constrictive or difficult. I'm not saying we all find it easy, so I'm just going to go in there where I didn't press that stamp down hard enough. So in this you could keep adding to. You could add glitter, you could add sequins, you could add more highlights if you wanted to. You could go in, what did I find earlier? A wink of Stella, gold white, and I added some of that onto a sample. So yeah, I think that's pretty much done. I might add to some of these circles here from the Abstract Circles Big One. I don't know if Sam put a link for those on. A little bit of a white pen, just to add in a little bit of texture, and then you could do the same on your star. But I think you can see what I was saying, these new stamps that Sam's drawn, you can see so many uses for them, not only together, but with so many of the stamps you have too. Okay, so there's so much you can do. I like that as a wallpaper. I don't know if I could. I honestly don't know if I could work on that sort of scale. I don't think I could plan that well, truth be told. So you could go into here where some of your distressed diamonds are. You do some of them white if you wanted. You know, your little star that's on the edge of here. You could add a bit of them. These circles here, which are so useful. You could add some of them on. Because the thing is, you might think they'd look random, but because they draw your eye to the stamp that you've put them on, they no longer look random. And that's what's ace, isn't it? So, hi guys. Sorry, I'm just checking, see if there's any comments. Oh, thank you. Looks fab, step away, Bev. It's not usually Jan that tells me to step away first. It's usually Mother. Okay. So, I think I will step away as instructed to by Lady Lochran. So, once again, these are the new stamps that are being launched at 10 AM on Hochanda on Friday. As usual, they will be available individually, but there also will be a bundle. Now, when Hochanda load the bundle, it will be the same price as all 4 stamps together. When the show goes live, obviously that will come down in price. And I will do, I'm sure well, I might do a live on the way there. I might do some more lives as well. But please don't forget that we are on at 10 AM on Friday. Your support means absolutely everything. So please join in. Tell us if there's anything else you would like to see coming up in the Bee Crafty range. Please let us know. Like I said, I am starting to put papers together because Louise Sims keeps shouting at me. So if there is anything you'd like to see, particularly in papers, please let us know. Or templates, obviously, and that sort of thing. But I will say, on Friday, we are launching. We have got all 4 of these beautiful stamps. Obviously, yours will come with backing. Oh, I've lost one. I had it earlier. Right, it's got to be here. That doesn't mean much, does it? Did I even talk about the little planets and things you get? How cool are they? And this, it's like a little particle. It's really ace. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so you've got all these fabulous stamps. There is also, that didn't get used at all, did it? There's also new Inkables, new MDF. In terms of MDF embellishments, there's new pop-outs, a new MDF journal, and there's also some new dies. Okay, so there is lots coming up, and I really, really hope you can tune in, and join me. So Sam has put the links on, obviously apart from the stamps, for these things. Honestly, if you're looking to improve your texture collection in terms of building up your backgrounds, honestly you cannot go wrong with the texture borders. They're ace. And obviously the new stamps, there's lots on them for doing that too. And I think she's put links on for your big ones. Check the filthy block. What filthy block? I don't have a filthy block. I wiped the blocks. No idea. No, it can't have gone far. Saying that, nothing ever is far. It's a tiny room. Doesn't mean I can find it. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me, guys. And so don't forget, well, Sam and I, you never know. We might launch the Wednesday Wow with a live tomorrow morning. You never know. Anything could happen. And then we have Jane's live on Thursday, and then I will be live on Hochanda on Friday. So nice busy week. So let me just give you a little look over that. A little bit more of a closey-uppy. I'm so chuffed with it. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. Bye bye.